And this evening, big developments coming from Capitol Hill. Congress passed a debt ceiling bill in the House just hours ago.
Yeas are 314, the nays are 117. The bill is passed.
This deal will cut funding to the IRS, restart student loan repayments, and protect veterans' health care benefits. That's why local Republican Congressman Juan Ciscomani says he voted yes on the bill.
You look at our veterans. We have over 70,000 veterans in our district. This is something that is essential for us. This bill actually increases veteran affairs funding.
And when you look at my 70,000 veterans that I have in my district, thousands and thousands of seniors, default was not an option for us. We needed to keep government solvent, and also a clean lift wasn't an option because we needed to curb the spending habits that Washington has been under for a long time. So this meets both of that criteria, and that's why I was a firm yes on this.
Congressman Ciscomani joining with the majority Republicans and Democrats in passing the bipartisan debt ceiling agreement.
Basically, we're going to be spending next year less money than we spent this year. That is a key aspect of this.
There are some on the Republican side that are critical that maybe there's not enough funding for defense, and maybe it didn't get some. Maybe you gave away too many things to President Biden. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I agree on the defense side. If you ask me of a few things that I would have rather see differently on this bill, that's on top of my list. I wish that we would have been able to get more on defense, more than we did get. It is increased. One thing that I'm proud of in increases is more resources for our veterans. There's something that needs to be done to curb this out of control spending, and this bill does that.
When you look at what this bill has, it basically we're going to be spending less next year than we spent this year. This is the first time that we lifted debt ceiling in the last 9 times, 10 with this one combined, that ever happened. Under both presidents of Republican and Democrat parties, the ceiling had been lifted with no restrictions, no spending arrangements, just a clean lift. And that got us where we are today. And again, that happened under the watch of both Republicans and Democrats. We couldn't settle for the status quo. This is the first time that there's actually savings involved in the race of the debt ceiling. No new taxes, no new government programs. This puts us on the right path to fiscal responsibility. And that's why I supported it. And now it's also important to note that this goes on to the appropriations process. It doesn't end here. This is step one. And now when we talk about the budget and how and where the money is going to go, that's going to be determined on the budgeting process. And the Appropriations Committee plays the key role in that. And I'm a member of the Appropriations Committee, the only Arizona member, the only member of the delegation that is in appropriations. So my work doesn't stop here. It actually is going to pick up quite a bit in the next few months as we determine where and how the money is spent.
D.C. has had a spending addiction for way too long. And we got to this point of where we are with high debt of $31 trillion over a matter of Republican and Democrat presidents both. It's not a one side being at fault at this. It's just been the nature of Washington.
Juan, what would you like to say before we end our conversation together?
This is a step in the right direction. This isn't perfect. No one's claiming it is. But this is a big ship of spending that has been going down this wrong path for a long time. We're turning this around. This is step one of many steps to come, some next month, some next year. But we're going to continue to do this. This is a reflection of a government that is, again, divided, and we're actually going to get the job done to spend less next year than we did this year. That alone is a victory with no new taxes and no new government program. So I'm proud to support this. It's not perfect, but we're coming back for more.